Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
I think the data center issue is going to be the last straw that starts really bringing people and communities more together. And I do think they're going to initiate direct action because that's what's going to need to happen here. And that's where this is going.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And I've been up all night with multiple teams doing multiple different things to fight for this country. I'm fighting for the safety of people here, and I continue to do that like I did when I first signed on the dotted line. It might turn blurry for a little bit, but it's going to come back. The camera's doing something weird. I promise you want to stay because I'm getting somewhere. I'm going to try to go get a little sleep, and I'll be back up again to keep fighting for this place, for this place that we call home. Whether you like it or not, this is the home that we live in. And it's up to all of us to fight for it when the time calls. Whether you believe it or not, you'll find out that that is the truth. You'll find out that that is the truth. Some will have to run and some will have to fight. But your decision will have to be made. And right now, there's a lot of black folks that are saying we've fought enough. And it's time for the people who got us here, for the white supremacy that brought us here. You have to go out there and fix this because we're not enough. You got to go and do this. And white people have stepped up. They've risen to the challenge. Now it's time to go further because this is a sustained thing. It's not something that just happens today and then is gone tomorrow. This is something that will take a long time. And then I start seeing these. This is why being up this late and the cognitive function starts to decline. And you start to talk a little bit more openly than maybe you would or should. Because I start seeing this and I'm all for it.
I think the data center issue is going to be the last straw that starts really bringing people and communities more together. And I do think they're going to initiate direct action because that's what's going to need to happen here. And that's where this is going. I mean, they could keep protesting and keep asking for your city municipal permits to properly, in the proper zone, file your grievances. Or you could, get tear gassed and manhandled in New Jersey or, Minneapolis or wherever.
Well,
direct action is what's going to need to happen with these data centers. So they want to build these data centers. And the only way to stop that from happening, and be very clear, it has to be not profitable. As soon as trying to put those data centers in becomes less profitable or not worth the expense, as soon as that happens, that's where you have to get to. Because until it's not profitable for them, they're going to do what they're going to do.
Correct. And I think it also speaks to an even greater issue here, which is if you think about what happened recently with BlackRock's Larry Fink, when he came out and said, "Don't you dare mess with our data centers," that means that you better mess with their data centers. Because if he's telling you what not to do, that means you do the opposite. Because clearly that will
mess with our data centers. How about don't mess with our planet, you fuck?
And on top of everything else,
they're such disgusting pigs.
That right there, YouTube. That right there is the revolution talk. That's that revolution talk. AOC went down to Georgia and saw that they had brown water, brought it to the Congress and said, look at this. Right? Data centers are popping up everywhere, and white folks that are in deep red districts or blue, black folks who are in every poor district are saying you're using us. We see what's happening here. And it's time for the revolution. I heard Jolly Good Ginger say it's time for the revolution. It's time to do what we got to do. Time for that direct action. And I'm with it. I'm so with it. I just, before I go, after watching that, I want to remind you that Flint, Michigan has had brown water for 15 years. I'm with you on the revolution. I promise you, people. I'm not mad. It may seem like that, but it's just late. It's early morning for you. It's late at night for me. My cognitive functions are low. So excuse me. I'm not mad. I'm with you. I just want to remind you, Flint, Michigan had brown water for 15 years. I want to remind you that lead has been in the paint, the toys, the schools, and black schools for 50 years. While they were poisoning them with lead and then calling them dangerous, knowing that that's what it does to young minds. That's what lead poisoning does. I want to remind you that when Jolly Good Ginger is calling for the revolution, he should.
In this country is already past the line. We've already passed what should have been the line for revolution. What's happening right now with ICE and with everything else is our Boston Tea Party, right? Like our Boston Tea Party moment, like taxation without representation. Well, we are at the point where we don't have rights.
Because watching people get abused by police officers, watching the fascist state of the police come down on the citizen without regard for human life or dignity or the laws. I just want to remind you that we've been doing that for 150 years after slavery. We've been saying that. The fascist state of the law has been happening here, and the revolution is necessary. We need it. I just want to remind you that it wasn't until it's you that you realize how needed it was, why we were able to face the dogs, why we were able to face the beatings, go to jail on purpose. Yes, the revolution is here. That brown water that you can't drink, It'll make you want to revolt until you realize that you're just a minority. Man, I wish we could fight for the fascist state coming down on people when it wasn't us. I wish this revolution could have happened 70 years ago. But yes, I'm with you. Yes, it's time.
Anybody who is still caught up in this idea that you can vote your way out of this by voting for the blue team, just remember that there was a major ceremony earlier today in Michigan with Governor Whitmer and Sam Altman of ChatGPT to open up a new massive data center. Because why not? Just vote blue.
As you're going through this revolution, you hear what these folks are saying, that when they say, you're not going to be able to vote your way out of it. Yeah, maybe not. More than likely not. We know. And we still found a way. Don't let that be your excuse. White people, don't you dare let that be your excuse. Because as we've been trampled upon, and as we've been hung, and as the state has come down upon us with anger, with furious anger, as we've been disenfranchised, and as our kids have died under the gun, have been displaced in concentration camps, that the 13th Amendment still allows for the slavery to happen, as we have been poisoned by the lead and drank the dirty water and have to live in places that are unfit for human beings because of the color of our skin, and the fascists were against us, and we were fighting and dying. We still found a way to also see the decency, the reality of voting. So don't use that as your excuse, because now you feel it. That's all I'm saying. I'm with you in the revolution. We still found a way. Grow up. I want to make sure you know that. Most of you here do know that. You can do both. That's not your only way out. But don't let me hear that as an excuse. We've done it. We're here. We're still here. When the people couldn't even vote, they were marching for the vote while getting hung, looking for the revolution. We found our own. I'm glad to see they're here. I'm only being a tired late night reminder of the reality of the situation. Look to the people who have been doing a revolution for the past 150 years while you're talking about yours. So don't get me wrong, YouTube. Don't get me wrong, people. It's not that I'm not with you or don't understand you. It's just forgive me if I'm not so moved by your all too recent call for revolution. It's not that I'm not with you. I've been here. It's not that I don't understand or don't even see the validity in what you're saying, people, good people out there of the Revolutionary Change Station or whatever this is. You should check them out. Just forgive me if I'm not also moved by your all too recent call for revolution. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm not that moved by it. It's a certain type of American that causes this visceral reaction of revolution, not just gradual change. We weren't that type. We've always been the other. We became used to it, like we're used to Donald Trump and his madness and his sickness and his grossness. Like we're used to PDF files in the government. We just got used to black people being the stepping dog. And you want to fight for them, you don't mean this or that. It doesn't matter. The reason why what ICE is doing now is the Boston Tea Party red line is because when it was doing it before, we weren't American enough to see it that way. We've got to change that when this revolution is done. We've been here. We've had to do all three. Revolt, vote, fight for the right to vote, then vote again while revolting and while doing sabotage and while fighting for our lives and community service and escape routes and hiding in the attic and running businesses and keeping money in the community. All of it was necessary. That's what this takes. I'm not that moved by this. I'm with you, though. Good on you. Good on you. Just when you see Americans going through what they're going through, the call for revolution is definitely a must. We just know that it has to be the right Americans. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads, it's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.